How does this movie have an 8.1 rating? The movie in question is Injustice League, Zack Snyder's Cut 2020, and it has scored 8.1 rating, previously on 8.4. That is uncomfortably close to Batman Begins and even the legendary Dark Knight. This is unacceptable, and I'm here to just list the inconsistencies and problems I have with it. Maybe summarize it in some other video, but this here is just the summary of 40 minutes, aka part 1 of the Injustice League. First off, I believe we can all agree that this is a very rushed movie because the intro, the original Justice League, has so many characters in it. And I'm talking the main ones like Green Lantern, Green Martian, Green Arrow, Hawkwoman, Shazam, Batwoman, Superwoman. There are so many. And I'm not even getting started on the villains. Like, it is an encyclopedia of its own. But here, you are introduced to 2 new characters, by the way, and 3 rewrites, and 1 villain. Anyway, the movie starts with some pretty good effects, not gonna lie. The first one is Superman's death and how it just, goes around it, shows you the surroundings and all that. And then how his scream travels from Cyborg's house to Luthor playing in the pool, Atlantis, extremely bleak one by the way, Themyscira with just guards for some reason, and that's where the problems begin. Now let me get back to that bleak Atlantis I was talking about. You see, we are shown the Queen Mira, who actually possesses superhuman strength and waterbending powers, but she's just given a job outside Atlantis, guarding a dome for no reason at all. I mean, in the comics, she came from another dimension with ancient Atlantean warriors and stuff, and she was a badass. Also, as a DC trademark character, she usually suffers from mental breakdown when coping with crippling loss, like a child, or even suspicion of husband with Wonder Woman. But here there are no signs of the brilliant innovations of Atlantis. There are no wildlife except for these Aquaman swimming around. There is nothing that I would classify as a sense of beauty. It's just dread all around. I mean, in the previous movie, they had a great war, and an octopus played the drums. Like, god damn, that's called being innovative and fantastic meme source. But here it's just some dilapidated buildings way outside Atlantis, guarding some sort of treasure or curse. I mean, I'm pretty sure Zack Snyder didn't watch Aquaman. And also, people who think bright lights might not really empathize with the theme here, which is Superman's death. Also, a treasure or curse capable of destroying Earth is in a dome outside the city. Like, place it in another dimension, guys, only accessible to the king or an agreement of the 13 council members. Or place it in the underground vault with a kraken as a guardian. Like, that would be so cool. Imagine just the camera zooming past kraken's tentacles or whatever it is nowadays. Or that parallel dimension where Aquaman's mom was taking a nap in for all these years. Like, you have possibilities upon possibilities. But here, you chose to do this. Zack Snyder, a director who shoots cool scenes. Interesting. And the theme continues with Themyscira, because it faces the exact same problems. First off, the place is so far away, backup would take eons to reach. There are 100 guards with bow, spears, and sword and shield, dating back to Egyptians most likely, and they're standing around like idiots. I really was befuddled with this one. Because the only scenario, well, this would be a relatively smart decision, was if it was a goddamn bomb. I would have never thought of placing it in a vault near the kingdom, or actually having it at the dead center and reminding people of the tragedies they had faced, the challenges, and how they overcame it, alongside some really, really bad depiction of gods since Percy Jackson. That movie doesn't exist. Also, some nice scenes of Amazon's training for good health will never be underappreciated in case. In this scene, once again, Zack Snyder shoots a very beautiful mountain terrain and how Bruce Wayne is trekking past with a horse. I haven't been to Himalayan, but one rudimentary Google search shows Yak is the best choice, bro. And here I thought you were a smart billionaire. Anyway, except for the prolonged walk and showing a place where possibility of Aquaman exists in more detail than Atlantis or Themyscira, was a very brilliant idea as always. The chemistry, though, and the talks were pretty great. I mean, the point where Bruce Wayne says that he trekked across the mountains in this climate and villagers not believing does remind me a bit of how Dark Knight overcame the Lazarus Pit. But unfortunately, again, I am remembering some good movies. In this scene, except for the prolonged singing, sniffing, and slow motion, I really don't have much of a problem. The banter seems pretty meh and not an overkill for once. Then our Bruce boy treks back from the mountains and Alfred is just roasting him left and right. I love this. Seriously, this might just be one of the best parts in the whole Justice League. Now we shift towards Metropolitan, I guess? I hate to say this, but I do miss those characters popping up and showing you exactly where you are. But yeah, here I have no goddamn clue. Because there's a bridge showing a blackened Superman logo for some reason. Like, I understand that it might signify death, but that's a hell of a mood you're setting for a whole goddamn city forever. His color palette, just in case, is red and blue. And then there's her wife dilly-dallying around and being all broody and depressed. Now, okay, I understand, no criticism there. But now we come to one of my favorite scenes to criticize. Because we come to the most useless heist or takeover ever. The scene looks daunting as there is a 30-second walking sequence which focuses on a briefcase and the pistol from time to time while making you hear the background noises of people obviously shooting and killing. A great scene, to be honest, but there's a lot of blur for no reason here. I mean, look at this. Telephone, the antagonist, telephone, the antagonist, and the victim. And this just continues on and on for way too long. Also, their quotes. Oh my god, their quotes are so bad. Okay, the first one. The first one is, down with the modern world and back to the dark ages. The second one is a description of themselves, which a guy just gives to the Wonder Woman because she has the truth-seeking rope. It says that they are a small group of reactionary terrorists and that they are gonna turn back time in Europe 1,000 years. What? But okay, by the way, time traveling in their minds is blowing up 4 city blocks, which doing some maths is 0.2 miles, which is 300-ish meters. Let's take it a square. An average museum is what I'm assuming this to be, because they did say that there are children here, and there's no sign of modern equipment or scientists or anything. So I'm assuming this is a museum. An average exhibition hall is around 4,000 square feet, which is 370 plus meters square. So these geniuses won't even be able to properly blow up a museum. Great job, guys. But don't you worry, the Wonder Woman's here and she just barges in and starts killing them left and right. It was an amazing fight, and the sequence, the choreography, it's 10 out of 10, okay? Except she's killing people. Like, I don't understand. I was so baffled by it, especially when she disintegrates the final bad guy in front of the hostages. Like, what are you doing, girl? So I went to the comics, the animated, the previous movies, and this one. Apart from the depressing color palette by Zack Snyder, the modern writing describes Wonder Woman that she only kills when given no other choice. What happened to disarming and disabling them? Not permanently, like Batman, but I don't understand this sudden violent perspective. I mean, the previous two movies, and I'm unfortunately counting 84, doesn't show her killing left and right at all. So, Zack Snyder, please stop taking everyone down the Superman. Oh, the Wonder Woman during the entire time, these reactionary groups of terrorists were slaughtering people. She was just out there on a roof, listening to her own amazing piece. Like, what's happening here? Why doesn't she just rush to save as many people as she can? I thought that's what her whole thing was. So clearly, one of us is on drugs, and why didn't the terrorists kill all the hostages? Like a bomb to blow some city blocks, and losing your own lives, by the way. Just kill the hostages, every single one of them, and get out of there. This serves as no purpose. You'd think it might be Wonder Woman's intro, but it really shouldn't be. Please, if you had let us stay mystery, it would have been even more amazing. And unfortunately, then we shift to Themyscira, where the box has started humming. Ooh, call the queen. So there is a boom tube, which is what I'm calling it. And this thing is enough to knock the Amazonians to the ground. Before the villain or his minions appear, everyone's knocked to the ground. Please just increase the intensity of the goddamn boom tube and finish the whole movie, for all I care. But, no. And then Stephen Dog just comes in, starts killing left and right with his cheesy lines, and I'm pretty sure a sound effect from Transformers. Please check the audio engineer here, just in case. Also, there was a nice fight scene / massacre because the minions of Stephen King are with guns and the Amazons don't have any. After getting
That was pathetic.
for a while, the brilliant idea. By the way, this I don't know how is possible. She orders 6 pillars to be chipped off, made of wood. And it causes a landslide. What? A landslide? Guys, I would have totally believed them if it was the dome that collapsed on itself. Because, hey, I understand they aren't that modern at all. They don't have magic, they don't have shit. This would have been a perfectly nice strategy. But no, they had to do a landslide, which killed literally no one. Not the minions, not the main character. What it only did was kill more of your own good soldiers. Like, why? Why? Also, they're using horses, so our Stephen boy is just swearing them away like flies for the whole time. And then the backup arrives after he takes the tube, also known as Mother Box. The sequences have been extremely illogical, as shown before, and we have come to the end of part 1, which is, I believe, on the 36-minute mark. Now I understand this inconsistencies and the slight improvements I have suggested may not really influence your film experience, but hey, at least it got out of my chest and onto yours. So good luck with it and see you.